HighBridge, a division of Recorded Books, presents A Walk in the Wood, Meditations on Mindfulness with a Bear Named Pooh, by Dr. Joseph Parent and Nancy Parent. Read by Dr. Joseph Parent. Dedications. Dedicated to my teachers who led me on the path of wakefulness, and to my wife, family, and friends who have made the journey so delightfully colorful. Joseph Parent. To Michael and Howard, wishing you a gently mindful journey. Nancy Parent. Introduction. Winnie the Pooh and his friends live in an enchanted world of natural beauty, the 100-acre wood. Pooh is the perfect guide to take you on a gently mindful journey. A simple walk in the wood can open the door to a life-changing experience, a discovery of profound peace of mind through the deeply gratifying richness of sense perceptions. Mindfulness is a state of full awareness, moment by moment, present to all one's experiences, without judgment or bias. Such awareness encompasses external perceptions as well as internal feelings, emotions, and thoughts. Practicing mindfulness begins with setting the intention to be more fully in the here and now. After settling into your physical presence, you focus on a sense experience, like the feeling of your breath going in and out. The main work of the practice is bringing your attention back to its focus as soon as you recognize that you've drifted off in thoughts. The goals are to be able to pay attention more completely to what you are doing, to maintain that for longer periods of time, to notice more quickly when your mind wanders, and to bring yourself back again and again. The benefits of mindfulness are well recognized: peace of mind, calmness and stress reduction, the opportunity to work through and transform painful thoughts, memories, and worries, as well as acceptance of the changes and challenges life brings. There is also a growing acknowledgement of the benefits of deeply experiencing nature. The calming quality of sounds like running water and rustling leaves, the soothing quality of smells like lavender and chamomile, and the emotional comfort of beautiful natural vistas are well documented. Access to the healing qualities of mindfulness in nature is very timely for our stressful, fast-paced modern world. One response to this has been the emergence of a program that began in Japan in the early 1990s. It is called Shinrin Yoku, which roughly translates as forest bathing. But it doesn't involve dipping yourself in water. Rather, you immerse yourself in sense awareness of the natural environment, sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and sensations. Like a warm, soothing bath, you experience the healing qualities of communing with nature. And mindfulness of sense perceptions is the ideal vehicle to truly immerse yourself in that experience. When the mind is absorbed in mindfulness and bathed in the sense perceptions of nature, you are less focused on your physical and emotional pain, anxiety, and stress. Feeling better creates a positive momentum toward true well-being. The stories in this book follow Pooh through the course of one day. It begins with waking up, then a session of morning exercises, mindfulness practice, and contemplations on kindness. He takes a walk in the wood, delighting in the magic of natural beauty with a childlike spontaneity. He has adventures with friends he meets along the way, encouraging them to be confident, considerate, fearless, cheerful, and relaxed. Pooh's experiences inspire deep insights into life, as well as the appreciation he feels for his friends and nature. Upon returning home, he reflects on the day and sets his aspirations for the future. Along with each story is a description of the perspectives and practices that you can use to learn about mindfulness, deepen your experience of it, and guide you in immersing yourself in the magic of nature. As Pooh discovered, mindfully exploring nature and engaging with friends is an ideal path for working with your own habits, attitudes, and emotions while cultivating more meaningful relationships with others. Chapter 1. Mindful and Kind. How you start your morning sets the tone and rhythm for the rest of your day. So it's helpful to develop a regular physical and mental routine. Wake up your body with some simple movements. Wake up your sense perceptions by tuning into your environment. Wake up your mind by setting your intentions for the day to be as mindful and kind as you can be for yourself and others. It was morning, the way most days begin. Winnie the Pooh woke up, which was how he liked to start each morning. He stretched out his arms and legs. A sigh that was mostly a yawn, or was it a yawn that was mostly a sigh, started deep inside, wound its way up through his nose, and found its way out his mouth with an ah and an. He sat up, stretched a little more, and rubbed the sleep from his eyes. Pooh gave himself a little shake all over, in case any of 'em hadn't woken up yet, then sat up again, nice and straight. He took in a big breath of fresh air, held it for a moment, and blew it all the way out. Pooh did so 3 times every morning, to clear the stale air from his body and the sticky cobwebs from his mind. Next, Pooh opened his eyes very wide to take in all that he could see, colors, shapes, and different shades of light and dark. There were beams of yellow sunlight dancing on the wall, his brown chair in the corner, and a picture of a very pink piglet on the table. Pooh opened his ears to take in all the sounds he could hear, near and far, loud and soft, high and low. There was the tick-tock tick of his cuckoo clock on the wall, the birds chirping songs outside his window, and the gentle whistling of the wind in the trees. Next, he recited his morning rhyme. Just 2 things to do to truly be Pooh. The first thing was to be in the here and now as much as he possibly could without a whole lot of thinking about it. This was easy enough for a bear of very little brain. The second thing was to be as kind as he possibly could toward everyone, including himself. This was easy enough for a bear of very big heart. It's not hard to be me, thought Pooh. Just be here and now and be kind. Every morning when we wake up, we have 24 brand new hours to live. What a precious gift! We have the capacity to live in a way that these 24 hours will bring peace, joy, and happiness to ourselves and others. From Peace is Every Step by Thich Nhat Hanh. Wake up your body. To start your morning routine, sit upright in bed or on the edge of the bed with your feet on the floor. Take a full breath in through your nose, hold it for a moment, then exhale through both nose and mouth until your breath is all the way out. You can gently pull in your belly to help push your breath all the way out. Do that 3 times. If you'd like, imagine that with each exhalation, you're releasing a negative feeling or emotion, such as anger, greed, envy, pride, or stubbornness. Please note, persons with respiratory issues should consult a health professional before doing any breathing exercise. Wake up to your environment. Open your eyes wide to your full field of vision, side to side and up and down. Notice all the colors, shapes, and shades of light and dark you can see, without judgment, preference, or commentary. In the same way, tune into your hearing, opening your awareness to sounds from all directions, near and far. Notice all the loud or soft, high or low, and sharp or dull sounds you may hear. Experience what you're feeling, such as the firmness of the mattress you're sitting on, the soft carpet or hard wood of the floor under your feet, the texture of the sheet or blanket under your hands. Set your intentions for the day. First, establish the intention to be as mindful of your body as you can, to notice how you move, how you feel, and what you experience through your senses, and to be kind in your actions. Second, establish the intention to be as mindful of your speech as you can, to notice the words you use and the tone and volume with which you express them, and to maintain positive self-talk and helpful communication with others. Intend to refrain from complaints about or put-downs of others and yourself, and to be kind in your speech. Third, establish the intention to be as mindful of your thoughts and state of mind as you can, to notice your experience as it unfolds without analysis or commentary, and to come back to what's happening in the here and now when you wander into daydreams of past and future. Intend to be kind in your thoughts and attitudes. Overall, as best you can, be aware of how much you are keeping to or straying from these three intentions throughout the day. The more mindful and kind you are, the better your day will be. Chapter 2. Just Doing. Enter into your morning household activities slowly and mindfully, being aware of how you move and what you're seeing, feeling, hearing, smelling, and tasting. Notice as much as you can with as little judgment, preference, or commentary as possible. Recognize when your thoughts take you away into daydreams of past or future. Without judging or criticizing yourself, simply return to what you were doing. Pooh climbed out of bed, which always helped him get his day going. He practiced being in the here and now every morning by tidying up as mindfully as he could, without thinking about anything else. When he made the bed, he just made the bed. When he got dressed, he just got dressed. When he opened the curtains, he just opened them. All of a sudden, some leaves whooshed in through the window. Pooh took out a broom and started to sweep. Although his sweeping began mindfully, his thoughts drifted back to the time that he and Piglet had jumped into the crunchy autumn leaves in Rabbit's garden. The leaves had flown everywhere. Rabbit got a bit cross, so Pooh and Piglet swept the leaves back into a pile. At that moment, Pooh woke from his daydream. He noticed that he had been sweeping the same spot over and over again. "Oh dear," thought Pooh, "my mind was in the past in Rabbit's garden, while my sweeping was here and now. But it's okay, no need to fret. Now my mind is back to here." You see, any time he noticed he had strayed from being in the present, he simply recited his reminding rhyme. Come back from the future or past to what I was just doing last. That's the way I know how to be Pooh here and now. And he went back to sweeping. Hearing a little rumble from his tummy, Pooh thought that a smackerel of something would quiet things down. He dipped his paw into some sweet golden honey and licked it all off. Oh, so yummy! When Pooh ate honey, he did not have to remind himself to just eat. Then Pooh was finished. He looked around and smiled. Everything was tidy, and his rumbly tummy was quiet. He felt satisfied knowing that he had done his best job of being here and now, and being kind to himself. With a cheery little hum, Pooh opened the door and stepped outside. Two Zen students were telling each other about their teachers. "My teacher is a great master who does great things. With 3 strokes of his sword he can cut an apple off a tree and slice it into quarters before it hits the ground. He can shoot an arrow into the center of a target Then split that arrow with the second one." The other student said, "That's pretty good, but my teacher is a really amazing master who does really amazing things." "What can he do?" asked the first. "When my teacher walks, he just walks. When he sits, he just sits. When he eats, he just eats." A Zen story. Mindfulness in action. Practice mindfulness in action by moving slowly enough to notice details of your experience, movements, perceptions, and sensations. It's often helpful for beginners to mentally label what's being experienced. For example, when drinking a glass of water, you can think, grasping the glass, it feels cool and smooth. Lifting to my mouth, drinking water, it feels quenching. Setting the glass down, letting it go. When you wash your face, notice how you move your hands, feel the wetness and warmth of the water, the smell and slipperiness of the soap, the softness of the towel. As you brush your teeth, notice the movement of your hand and wrist. Feel the rub of the bristles on your gums. Taste the flavor and smell the scent of the toothpaste. When you get dressed, notice how you move your arms and legs, the feel of cloth against your skin, the colors of what you're wearing. As you tidy up the bedroom, notice the weight and texture of the bedding as you lift and place it, how you reach to hang up clothes from the night before, the feel and sound when you pull the curtains open, the sights you see outside your window. When you make and eat your breakfast, notice how you move through the kitchen, the smells and flavors of the food, how you hold your utensils, how you chew and swallow. As you clean the kitchen, feel the water and sponge, smell the soap, listen to the sounds of plates and flatware clattering. Notice how you open and close the refrigerator and cabinet doors. Carrying on through the day. When you are done with your morning preparations, establish your intention to continue mindfulness in action throughout the day. Picture situations in which you might find yourself. Mark times in your daily schedule to take short breaks. Do some grounding practice to set your mindfulness foundation, then take a few breaths to establish your here and now reference point, and make a commitment to kindness before engaging with others. Then carry on. Chapter 3. Body and Mind. A combination of energetic movement and mindfulness practice helps to cultivate well-being by synchronizing body and mind. Activate the flow of energy throughout your body, settle your mind, and rest your attention on your breathing. As he stepped outside, Pooh felt the soft, moist moss under his feet. He smelled the rich sweetness of the honeysuckle, his favorite flower, of course, on the climbing vines curling around the tree. Licking his lips, he lapped up a mist drop of luscious honey. He heard the birds singing and the wind whistling, or were the birds whistling and the wind singing? Pooh noticed that he could see the forest for the trees, no matter what anyone says. Here were the trees, bushes, hills, dales, creeks, and ponds that made up the 100-acre wood. Now it was time for his daily exercises. Pooh raised his chubby little arms high up in the air, or at least as high as they would go. He could feel the pull along his arms and shoulders and sides. Then he bent over to touch his toes, or at least as far as he could reach down to them. He could feel the stretch in the back of his legs. He did each movement exactly 7 times, not 6, since that wouldn't be enough, nor 8, since he could only count to 7. Then he walked slowly and mindfully to the big log in front of his house, his not-thinking spot. Pooh settled his bottom onto the log at a smooth, curvy place that fit just right. He sat up straight so he could take nice, full breaths. Pooh drew the air into his nose. it was cool and dry, and it filled him up. Upon breathing out, it felt warm and moist. The rhythm of his breath, filling and then emptying, lulled him into a comfortable calm. Pooh could feel his tummy get bigger and smaller as he breathed in and out. He let his mind rest there, feeling the weight of his body, as if he were sinking into the log. Deeply grounded and firmly centered in his not-thinking spot, Pooh felt at peace. Pooh brought to mind one of his favorite sayings. "The past is history, the future's a mystery. Being here and now is a precious gift. That's why they call it the present." This helped him to stay in the here and now more of the time, and it helped Pooh to notice more quickly when he wandered into the past or future, so he could come back to the present. Now Pooh was ready to start his practice of counting breaths, to help him be better at paying attention and alerting him to when he was not. He counted in and out 1, in and out 2, in and out 3, and so on. Since Pooh couldn't count past 7, whenever he got there, besides being quite proud that he did, he simply started over again. Every now and then he'd get whisked away into a parade of thoughts. When he realized he'd been daydreaming, he didn't get upset. He just noticed he had wandered into the past or future, matter-of-factly thought, "Bother, got a bit muddled there," and returned to awareness of his breathing in the here and now. After appreciating his environment, doing exercises, and practicing mindfulness of breathing, Pooh knew that his body and mind were as ready as they could be for whatever adventures the day might bring. Stop, sit down, and become aware of your breathing. Let go into full acceptance of the present moment. Don't try to change anything at all, just breathe and let go. In your mind and in your heart, give yourself permission to allow this moment to be exactly as it is, and allow yourself to be exactly as you are. From Wherever You Go, There You Are, by Jon Kabat-Zinn. Plan a set amount of time for each part of your session. Start with shorter periods and make them longer as you become more accustomed to the practices. It's helpful to set a timer so you don't need to look at a clock to check the time. Energetic movement. To start your practice session, it's good to do some stretching and movement, not too extreme, like gentle yoga, Tai Chi, or other similar disciplines. You can softly move in ways that activate the flow from your core throughout your body. Make gentle circles with your hips, shoulders, and arms. Then do the same with each leg, knee, and foot. Please be careful. You want to feel the stretch, but be sure to know your edge, the point where you need to pull back a bit. Don't hurt yourself. While engaging in your body work, do your best to maintain mindfulness of how you are moving and the sensations you are feeling, as well as your breathing. Mindfulness of body. Sit upright but not rigid. Gently close your eyes. Let any tension other than what you need to hold your posture flow down and out of your body. Let your awareness drop gently into the deep core of your torso, like a leaf settling slowly down to the bottom of a clear pond. Feel how your breathing slows and deepens. As each breath goes out, imagine that you feel more and more like you are merging with the earth. That's as grounded as you can be. Mindfulness of breathing. Gently open your eyes, looking slightly downward without tilting your head forward. Focus your attention on your posture and the sensations of your breathing. Feel that your torso is filling with air as you breathe in and then emptying as you breathe out. When you realize that your mind has drifted into a series of thoughts like a daydream, Just acknowledge it and return your attention to your posture and breathing, without judging or criticizing yourself for becoming distracted. To help you maintain focus, you can also count your breaths. A traditional practice is to mentally count at the end of each out-breath. In and out 1, in and out 2, in and out 3, and so on. As Pooh did, count to 7, then begin again at 1. As you progress in your practice, try counting to a higher number. To sharpen your attention further, you can count backwards. Another version of the counting practice includes labeling. With each breath, think in 1, out here, in 2, out now, in 3, out here, in 4, out now, and so on. Again, for any of these methods, if you drift into a daydream and lose track of your count, just start over. Conclude each session of mindfulness practice with an aspiration. In your own words, affirm that you will be as mindful as possible throughout the rest of the day or evening. You can also aspire that your practice will benefit both yourself and others, which leads you to the kindness practice presented in the next chapter. Please note, persons with any physical and/or respiratory issues should consult a health professional before doing any movement or breathing exercises. Chapter 4. Kind-hearted and caring. Friendship means acceptance without bias, that nothing in ourselves or others is rejected. We can offer forgiveness and kindness, regarding every situation as manageable. Then we can extend true caring, the wish that all beings be free from struggle, that they be happy and at their ease. After his mindfulness practice, Pooh liked to do his caring kindness practice, to help him remember and strengthen his intention to be kind to himself and others. First, he thought about himself. I'm a bear that may have very little brain, but I do have a very big heart. Piglet is my best friend, and best friends care about each other and are kind to each other. Since I want to be a good friend, first I need to be a friend to myself, remembering my good qualities, forgiving the not-so-good, and encouraging myself to be the best I can be. Pooh remembered when he got distracted during a chat with Owl. He was thinking so much about honey that he didn't hear a word of what his friend had to say. He forgave himself and thought, I'll do my best to be a better bear next time. On the good side, I do think of my friends quite a bit. I feel glad when they're happy and sad when they're not. I try to cheer them up and encourage them. Then he thought about the good qualities of his best friend Piglet and everyone he cared about. Piglet is very giving and loyal. Kanga is loving and nurturing, and Roo is sweet and cheerful. Rabbit is clever and hard-working, and Owl is wise and helpful. Eeyore is polite and humble, and even Tigger is well-meaning and energetic. Of course, Christopher Robin has many good qualities, the best of which is how much he loves me. Pooh imagined taking away the unhappiness any of his friends might be feeling, and sending to them all the happiness they deserve. Finally, Pooh even included everyone he didn't know, but certainly would care about if he did. For all of them, he imagined taking and sending in the same way. After practicing a few minutes of taking unhappiness and sending happiness, he established his intention to act this way all day by reciting his caring kindness poem. Today I'll be the best friend I can be to everyone I see, including me. Pooh knew that being kind to himself would help ensure that he could be kind to others. And even if he didn't do things perfectly, he would accept his shortcomings and forgive himself. Whenever he could.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?